sure enough, there was a cop going the other direction, and I was probably running like 90 mile an hour or so.
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah. Shit. Yeah.
Evos. Let's see, that first Evo was 18 years old. Bought a brand new 2006 Evo 9MR, and too much testosterone. Definitely ran the shit out of it. And one night coming home, like they say, not even a mile from my house, kind of sent it over a hill a little too quick. Got some air, and flipped end over end, rolled probably 6 or 7 times, and airbag came out when I first hit, knocked me out. Then I came to as the Evo was rolling, and finally stopped on the driver's side door, and actually had 3 other people with me. Thank God everybody was fine. So after that, kind of stayed away from the Evos and stuff for a while. Did have gap insurance. Make sure everybody gets their gap insurance. That's a lifesaver. So next I got another 2006 Evo. I bought it new out of California and had it shipped here. And still just figuring these cars out. I mean, they definitely were my bread and butter. And worked a lot with Busher Racing. And did some bolt-ons on that one, cams. Finally went to a 35R, and but never just could get that car dialed in. Just still learning and young and dumb, trying to figure things out. So I ended up selling that car to a guy in Tennessee. He grabbed it, and took another little break from cars for a while. Then that's when my favorite Evo of all time came to play. Found it buried deep in the forums for sale, like probably 15 pages deep, just by dumb luck. Kind of was what I was looking for. Had a lot of the basic stuff done to where I could build on that platform. Called the guy, still had it. He was in Cleveland, made a trip there, awesome dude. He worked with Busher all the time. Busher did all the work, and Busher's like, to this day and that time, the no bullshit best in the game when it comes to Evos. I mean, you can hate or like Dave Busher, but he tells it how it is, which is what I like. He's not going to sugarcoat anything. So I got the car, started playing with it some. At that time, it was still one of the quicker cars around here. I think it was running somewhere in the 11s at 120, something like that. We went to the track, and then that's when the games began. Just started, I don't know, it kind of goes hand in hand with what cars have done for me, because I always want to better myself to be able to do more things with my cars, with my life in general and things like that. It's kind of pushed me to do better things with my career and everything, just to have more capital to be able to play with things like this, you know. It's what I love. I got ate with the bug from when I was a kid. My dad got me hooked, and it just definitely, the apple didn't fall far from the tree on that one. Yeah, just started, I got a better job and worked that, was working the overtime, do what I could to get a little bit extra cash, things like that. Started getting some more parts added up. Went to, car came with an FP green, pulled the FP green, went to a FP red, FP's Force Performance, and at that time was still on alcohol and 93 mix. Went back to Busher's and got retuned. His is a Mustang dyno. It's kind of a heartbreak dyno, reads low. I think it made 475 on his dyno. I say it's like a 10 to 12% difference off most of the other dynos. Came back, and that car was just annihilating people. It was breaking hearts left and right. Because, I mean, I only was making the power, but it could put it down. So, about then was when the Cya Bye video came up.
Oh, brakes! Look at the fucking lid.
That was just us goofing around one day. But he was just filming. He was like, hey, do a pull. I was like, all right. You know, pulled up beside, pulled up, fell back, did like a 40, 45 pull second up through the hill. Didn't think much of it and threw it on YouTube. And just out of nowhere, it caught fire. And at that time, I didn't even realize what was going on, but it shot up to like 2.5 million views or something like that. And then it started getting some attention. The car just really drew a lot of attention. It was a nice daytime video, brake boosted real hard and took off. And then just started making more videos. Had a lot of good cars at that time. A couple Cobras, Corvettes, some built Acuras, Hondas, things like that running around. It's kind of funny how the horsepower game has changed through the years, because back then 450, 500 was pretty hard to compete with. So made a few more videos and they kind of went viral. Ran a buddy of mine, Z06, and that was kind of the thing. The four cylinders then still weren't getting the respect that they should, and here came these Evos that were just starting to annihilate these big V8 cars, and people just couldn't believe it. That was probably the most fun with that car, was taking people that had no faith in that car and just completely blowing their minds. And that's what was nice with that Z06 run, because at that time, that was probably 07, 08. Z06 was the beast. It was the new LS7. This guy had a couple bolt-ons, a cam, and we did a run, and I put probably 3 or 4 cars on him. Threw that on YouTube, and I think it's up to around 1 million views. I just loved that car. After that, it just kind of fell off. I don't know, the scene around here kind of went dead for a while. I kind of shoved the car in the garage, and then finally got the car back out, and Force Performance had came out with some new setups. So an E85 was coming into the picture, and it was still kind of iffy. Everybody was worried about running ethanol. Funny how now that's the god of fuels. I mean, that's the best thing that's happened to the car world the past 10 years. So pulled the car back out. See, the bottom end was built. We did a stage 3 head, more aggressive cams, fuel setup, switched it over to E85, put a ball bearing FP black on it, and back to bushers we went. And let's see, we got there, threw it on the dyno, and I think at that time it made right around 600 on his dyno, which is retarded. I mean, that's, you know, little 4-cylinder, 3,300 pound car making 600 wheel. Especially to this area, most people in this area are kind of behind on things. So that was fun, because that really blew a lot of people's minds to get in a little 4-cylinder all-wheel drive car that will blow the tires off in second gear. So, but yeah, that was the fun ride on the way back, because on the way back, I think I was on 77, but sure enough, there was a cop going the other direction, and I was probably running like 90 mile an hour or so, and I saw him kick his lights on, and I saw him kick to the grass, Well, about that time, I saw an exit ramp coming up, and probably stupid, shouldn't have done it, but thank God it did work out for me. Hopped off the exit and went flying through some back roads. Actually saw like a state road parking lot, and I flew into the parking lot, slid behind a pile of gravel, shut the car off, and it wasn't 10 seconds later, 2 cops went flying by with their lights on. And as soon as they went by, started the car back up, hopped back on the interstate, and went moving. Thank God I didn't get caught, because I'd probably still be paying for that one.